ANC MP Mervyn Dirks is challenging his suspension as Scopa Party Whip at the Western Cape Division of the High Court. He filed an urgent application which will be heard today. Dirks was suspended after he refused to withdraw a request to Scopa to summon President Cyril Ramaphosa to answer to allegations that state funds were used for party political activities. He says his suspension is an attempt by the dominant ANC faction to prevent Parliament from holding the executive to account. Earlier, we caught up with Dirks' lawyer.
It all defeats the purpose of the Zondo Commission to attempt to scupple and put under the carpet the allegations that arises out of the leaked audio of the president.
Staying in the Western Cape and provincial politics, following the suspension of the province's Community Safety MEC Albert Fritz, 4 senior officials have been suspended for their alleged involvement in a sex scandal. eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda continues to attempt to speak to one of the complainants in the sex scandal. He joins us now for more updates on that story. Ronald, the office of the Premier, Alan Winde, confirming that the suspensions of the 4 other officials. What did the office of the Premier say further? And are we getting any clearer around the reasons, officially at least, for these suspensions that we are seeing?
All right, so the Premier's office confirming earlier today that 4 individuals have been precautionally placed on suspension. They face allegations of procuring and even grooming young women in the Western Cape government. There's allegations as well of some instances where these individuals had travelled with the MEC to such places on the West Coast with these young women. They would wine and dine, and then when the women got drunk, there were allegations that they could have possibly been in bed with the MEC. But when I tried to get comment from the MEC spokesperson, Wade Seal, who was also allegedly placed on suspension, he couldn't confirm nor deny these allegations. But what we can tell you, and what is shocking to us, Tulas, is the confessions many people have made since we've been following the story. They say that this dates back to many years. I mean, the Minister or the MEC of Community Safety previously held the portfolio of a social development MEC from 2011 to 2019, and that's how far they say this dates back. I mean, we know that the Premier has instituted, he said that there will be investigations, but what we can also tell you on the ground, and this is just news that has just arrived, I mean, there's allegedly victims who have previously worked in Albert Fritz's Department in Social Development have approached the ANC in the provincial legislature about coming forward to tell their stories and experiences without being exposed. These are allegations of sexual assault and sexual harassment, so very, very serious allegations leveled against the MEC, whom we are yet to speak to at this stage. We do know that a number of people that we tried to get word from as to just to find out how the MEC is doing at this stage are also trying to reach him. But the DA says that they will also follow up this issue in the provincial legislature. Let's take a listen to what they had to say.
I'm unable to state the amount, but what I will state, Ronald, is that even if it's 1 or 2 and the allegations are serious, then it should be investigated. Hence, I welcome the Premier taking swift action and that there will be an independent investigation.
And Ronald, at this stage, do we have clarity about the number of women who have lodged complaints? Do we know if there are more who could have come forward, who could have come forward but perhaps are afraid to speak out at this point?
No clarity as of yet, Tulas, but what I can tell you from the conversations that I had with several others, they haven't come forward on this matter. They say that they are scared to speak out, and these are people who didn't, complain to the Premier about these allegations. So there probably is a lot more. One source estimated that at least around 9 people have come forward. We haven't got the exact number yet, but at least quite a number of people have come forward. Others whom we've spoken to have said that, now since other women have come forward on this matter, now they might also be in line to also state their own case. Having spoken to the police themselves, they are yet to get any sort of, complaint regarding this matter. But what we can also been told by a number of sources here on the ground is that many of these women who have been recruited started out as interns, very young in departments, and the fear has been for them that they would lose their jobs should they speak out. We are also being told that a number of them have since received promotions to keep them in the department, and allegedly just keeping them silent or keeping their silence. So those are some of the allegations that we are hearing on the ground. We also are hearing allegations that quite a number of these women come from areas such as Mitchell's Plain, very impoverished areas, but an area to us that Mr. Albert Fritz is well known. He's done a lot of work there for communities in the area. And now also trying to get various other voices, because he is a part of community safety, trying to speak to the CPF, not the CPF groups, but the neighborhood watch groups. They are reluctant to speak at this stage, but they say that they don't believe that Mr. Fritz could commit such acts. So we're still unclear as to how many women have come forward, complained, but from what I got from one source, it does anticipate that there are at least 9 of these women, but some of them, I know them quite well, Tulas, having spoken to them, but for now they don't want anything to do with this investigation to be known in public, and that is what we're going to respect at this stage.
All right. Thank you for that update. That's eNCA's Ronald Masinda.